Hey, what's up, guys? Little man with the big opinion here. While a lot of people are spending the day cracking a cold one, enjoying the AFC and NFC playoffs, I am scouring the news, looking for anything that is noteworthy. I will also say that I am watching the game as well. Uh, but this one caught my eye. It was released today. This article is coming from the official White House page. The title of the video is going to be something similar to the title of this article. And I'm not going to go through and read the entire statement because they make formal statements like this all the time. What I will discuss is the implications that this has and, if it warrants doing anything prepping wise. I am also playing around with this software, so we'll keep working with that as well. So, three U.S. service members were killed in a drone strike in Jordan. The article says, or the statement says, many were wounded. Looking at another article, it is looking like 25 other service members were wounded in the attack. And then when we get to, closer to the end of it, it's a nice patriotic statement. We'll hold all those responsible to account at a time and in a manner our choosing. So, just based off of this statement, it seems like we're going to be ramping things back up in the Middle East after last year's interesting withdrawal. We're going to keep this fairly apolitical. Um, the noteworthy side of this, our adversaries and our allies, basically everyone in the world, is using drones now. From my understanding, it was it wasn't just one drone that they used in this attack, and you can find countless other videos out there showcasing the use of drones. It was several weeks back that I saw a article talking about how the Mexican cartels were using drones for surveillance, but they were also using them in the same manner, basically turning them into aerial IEDs. So, it's still improvised, and you could also find countless videos and discussions of drones being used currently in the Russian Ukraine war. The most recent article that I read about that is they were using the 25 millimeter rounds for the American Bradley, and they'd come up with a way to use the drone to drop those rounds. The Ukrainians had. So it'll be interesting to see the further development of that. Uh, as preppers, I think drones are a wonderful asset. I wouldn't try to use, the $100 or less ones. The camera quality isn't the greatest on them, and their ranges aren't the greatest as well. My wife has her, pilot's license to fly drones, and I don't remember the exact model, but I know it was a DJI. And we used that drone to map out the farmland that my family has. And it was really interesting to see how the forest had changed from the last, aerial images that we had gotten from that. It's mostly a tree farm, but you can see from the giant, poster picture printouts that my grandpa had. Basically he got new ones every 10 years. and comparing it to what we see now, we were able to locate the spring-fed creek that's out there. There's a couple of service roads that are not attached to the main ones that we see now, and it was a really nice asset to have. So if the government's using them, if militias and terrorists and other countries are using them, I think it is safe to say that as a prepper, it should go somewhere on your list to have the drones available as well. What I will say, I would, make sure that you have a, fairly decent stockpile of food, water, security, shelter, first aid, all of those other things. This just turns into a force multiplier a little bit later on down the road. So it's really up to you how you plan on using it. Um, None of our FTXs so far have we tried to utilize the drone yet, but they work very well for reconnaissance and defensive capabilities as well. So, depending on where you're at, it really doesn't matter if you are in a rural area, an urban area, a densely populated city. There are real world applications that you can use these drones for. And unfortunately, the one that we're talking about today is, you know, not benefiting us. So let me know in the comment section down below if you have drones, if you're using them as a force multiplier, or if you've thought about getting a drone. I would say that DJI is definitely a good go-to. Um, you know, I've messed around with it a little bit. I'd say it's fairly user-friendly, but there are other options out there. That being said, I don't think you enjoy these kind of videos, but leave a like because it helps the algorithm. Share the channel with friends and family members, and subscribe if you want to keep up with the news. And with that, catch you in the next one.